Okay, y'all don't get mad, but I need to talk about something that everybody's saying lately, which is I need to protect my peace. I just want somebody that brings me peace. But what does that really mean, y'all? Especially when you're in a relationship. Is it that you just really don't know how to communicate? Or are you really just trying to avoid hard conversation with your partner? Come on, y'all.
Nobody wants to have hard conversations.
Especially not me.
Boom. What up, though, family? Welcome back to Table for Two with Mike and Cherie. This is a spot where we serve up the raw truth about marriage with no filters and absolutely no chasers.
We're talking about trending topics like love, loyalty, and those petty little arguments that start over nothing.
We're not relationship gurus with all the answers.
Just two people trying not to kill each other while staying in love.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like the content, hit the like bell, subscribe to get notified when we drop new episodes. And don't forget to share it out, y'all. We trying to get to like 1,000 subscribers. And y'all ain't helping us right now, bro. Like, come on, bro.
We're like 5. We got 5 subscribers.
We got 5 subscribers. And that's my mom and her mom and our sisters and one of our kids.
All right. Now that we got that out the way, let's pull up a chair
and let's get into it.
All right. So how many of us have said this? I don't feel like talking right now, or I just need a peaceful moment. The conversation starts getting real, right? And someone shuts down, and then here it comes. Let's talk about it later. But does later ever come? So then the issue just sits there, and the resentment starts to build up. Like that unopened bill that says late notice, shut off. Now, we've all experienced that.
I ain't never had
But
a
at
shut
some
off
point, lies. We've all had one of those. But at some point or another, you better open up the envelope and make some payment arrangement, right? Because that's a bad feeling. But you got to do it.
Or you're going to end up sitting around in
The
house
dark.
with no lights and no gas.
That's true. All right.
But the thing is like, I feel like we've created a culture where anything uncomfortable automatically becomes unacceptable. If you're not comfortable with something, you're protecting your peace. Or if you're not comfortable with something, you don't have to deal with it, right? The moment it doesn't feel good,
we want to give up.
we just give up. We just quit. Like, that ain't for me.
Right.
Right? A lot of times what people call boundaries are protecting their peace is often just avoidance. A lot of people are not protecting their peace. They're just protecting their inability to handle tension. They just can't handle, any type of, what? Why you look like that?
It's true.
Yeah, people can't just handle any type of, tension in a relationship or otherwise. They just want to look the other way like it didn't happen, or just kind of shut it down and walk away.
And get up in the morning and act like we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Discomfort is not abuse. Tension is not danger. And being challenged is not a violation. If your nervous system cannot tolerate disagreements, you label it hard conversation and you label it unsafe. So with that being said, what's the resolution, babe? What do you think can be done about this?
So sometimes you have to open that shut off notice and call and make some payment arrangements. And when that comes to relationships, you have to have hard conversations.
You definitely got to open
really
the
have
envelope.
to. Yeah, you got to open up. You just have to open up. Now, that sounds very simple, but it's not.
It's not. And I don't understand it, quite frankly, because I'm the type of person that likes to talk through, all of my issues with a person to get to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Resolution.
A resolution. A lot of people, it's really uncomfortable for them to do so. And I kind of get that because I know somebody that was kind of like that before.
Yeah, you've dealt with it before.
So, yeah, I've dealt with it. So I kind of get it, and I understand it, but it's still not cool. It's still not how you conduct yourself in a relationship.
Or really deal with it. I don't know if it's more so conduct. It's like, I don't know.
It's not how you deal with conflict.
I'm not saying you can kind of control it.
Okay, it's not how you.
It's hard to control
deal with
something
conflict.
like that. Yes.
Right.
And
because
that's
nothing
the
gets
part.
fixed.
It's just like we can't put off that shut off notice. We got to at some point deal
You
with it.
gotta call
Or it's
DTE
gonna-
and
or
you
the
gotta
license
make
shut up.
4 payments over the next 4 months.
So in reference to a relationship, we might have to say, hey, I got to step away for 30 minutes. Can we finish this conversation later tonight when we cool down?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to leave the house and never come back or
You
whatever.
can't leave the house and never come back, bro.
Well, tell yourself that. Tell yourself that.
I've come back. That's why we're here doing a podcast right now. There's been a couple of times where I was gonna pull her wig off her head, and I had to leave the house before I pulled it off and stomped on it and set it on fire. Not on fire, on fire. Yeah. But
I cannot believe you said.
I always come back to the conversation and talk to you about it. Right?
Okay, sometimes you got to pause and then press play when you're ready.
Exactly. And
Okay.
I feel like I'm pretty good at that. Pausing and pressing play.
Leaving and coming back later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The runner.
I'm not
Okay.
a runner. I'm the wig
Okay.
puller. All right. So let's talk about emotional shutdown and what it looks like when it happens.
I just shut down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had one.
Yeah.
All right. So it could look like when you're having a conversation with your partner, it could look like no contact. It could look like when your partner asks you, are you okay or what's wrong? You normally be like, I'm good. I'm good. And we all know that I'm good means
You're not good.
I'm not really good. Right?
Yeah.
So even though you didn't leave, you emotionally checked out.
Right. That was your go-to for a long time.
It was.
Yeah. Not anymore though.
I'm good. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong. Nothing.
Nothing.
That was my favorite
fine.
word. It was
I'm fine.
It was one
I'm
word
fine.
answer. No, you say I'm fine too through text. You used to say I'm fine. You're like I'm fine.
I mean, nobody wants to talk about a discrepancy over a text because it's going to come across the wrong way anyway.
I know,
would
but
never.
sometimes I would just check on you, be like, "Hey, you good?" After we had a fallout, I was like, "Hey, you okay?" You were like, "I'm fine." I'm like,
I mean,
okay.
but if I say I'm okay, so you know this about me by now. If I say I'm fine, literally I'm fine. If you ask me if I'm okay, and I will tell you if I'm okay or not. I'll be like, no,
Okay.
I'm dealing with some stuff, or I'll just be like, can we talk about it later or something? But I'm not going to say I'm fine if I'm not fine.
Okay.
Well, I take that back. If it feels like there's not going to be a resolution, because you are really just on one, and you can't even bring yourself to listen to anything I have to say, then I'll just be like, I'm good.
Wow.
I'm good. It's not worth it.
The not taking responsibility for your own emotions is crazy right now.
Ain't it though?
Oh my God.
Oh, it's the worst.
All right. So back to what we were talking about. When you leave emotionally, how do you work on that? Like, how can we resolve that? What are some things that can happen so that maybe at some point we can figure out how to work on it?
Well, I mean, you got to stay engaged.
Okay.
Even
How
if
do you
it's-
do that?
Even if it's uncomfortable, you got to stay engaged. Like you said, if we get into an argument and for some reason it doesn't get resolved, and you send me a text message and ask me if I'm okay. I mean,
Answer.
Yeah, answer.
At least answer.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Don't ignore the person because that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never ignore.
You may be able to say, "Hey, I'm overwhelmed right now, or I'm not feeling the conversation at the moment, but I'm still here." The simple statement shows your partner that you're still in the conversation mentally, but you may not be in the best space to resolve the conflict.
Engage in a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It may not be perfect, but that's not the requirement. But in order to solve problems, you do have to stay present, right? So, and connected.
What does that mean? Like staying present, does it actually mean like maybe giving each other eye contact, acting like you're engaged, maybe not getting on your phone? Respectfully.
It could be
Just being
that. I mean,
respectful.
yeah, exactly. And like you said, even if we're apart, let's say it carries over into the morning and I get up and go to work.
Right.
Responding to text messages,
Right.
right? If we're in the same house and we're going through something and you come up and ask me, I don't know, something about something in the house that needs to be done or whatever, a topic of me responding to you and not giving you like a cold shoulder.
That's transactional, but it is still staying
But it's still
present.
staying
I agree.
connected, though.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I feel like that's a
true.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And to that point, Silence doesn't solve anything. It's just like ignoring that shutoff notice. That's not going away. Okay,
Your
they
light's just
still
gonna get
cut your
cut off.
JEA still gonna come and cut your lights off.
Exactly.
So the same thing applies in your relationship. Shutting down or not acknowledging that it's happening is not going to make the relationship better. It just makes the other person overthink all the things that's going on in your head. And you know what happens there, it can go very far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not really fair.
Especially with someone that's a
Overanalyzer
yeah.
or
Or
overthinker.
a what's the
Avoidant,
not an avoidant, the other one.
anxious.
An anxious person, especially, right? If you shut down on an anxious person, them wheels gonna start spinning and they're gonna start wondering, if you ever coming back to them, what they did wrong, how can they make it right?
If you got another person, where you going?
Right. Where you going? Who you did it with? Do you
Right.
have a hangnail? Did you pay the JEA bill? Did you pay the DTE bill?
Oh my God. So far out there.
So what about the statement, I need space or I need peace? Is there anything wrong with this statement, you think?
So I don't think that there's anything wrong with that statement because I have used that statement with you, but I have explained to you that I need to take some space because I need to think about some things. And really, you need to give a person an explanation as to what's going on inside your head. I just need some time to calm down. I need some time to analyze.
Oh,
some
regulate.
things.
That's your word. You're like, I need to
I
regulate.
definitely need to
And then she'll
regulate.
go,
I need to do some breath work for sure.
Nam yai ring ye kyo. Is that what the Nam yai ring ye kyo?
That is
Nam
probably,
yai ring
that is
ye
just,
kyo.
I'm not sure what that is, but I'm
I
sure
think
that's
that was,
regulating.
yeah.
That was waiting.
That was
No,
waiting to
that's-
exhale, wasn't it?
That was Ike and Tina.
Oh, that was Argentina? I don't know. Y'all tell us which one that was. I don't remember.
Whatever the case is,
Nam yai.
it could be minutes, hours, whatever it is that you need. But I don't know if days and days without
No,
resolution
it can't be
is
whatever
healthy.
you need. Because you could be like, I just
that's
need till
true.
Thursday. And it's like
That's true.
Sunday.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's too long. Come on,
That's
y'all.
true.
That's ridiculous.
We have to consider our partners.
Yeah, don't
for
do that,
sure.
bro. That's ridiculous.
Because it makes you feel ignored or like they're in a timeout.
Yeah, exactly. That's not good.
I do love me a good timeout though, because some people need that.
I don't never need a timeout.
So what's the
anyway,
resolution?
I think you can resolve the issue without disappearing or running away. Right?
Or not putting yourself in a timeout or you in a timeout?
Exactly. Say what you need, and then you'll return like this. For example, say, I need an hour to calm down. I'm not ignoring you. I just need some time to decompress and think about it. Right?
I like the time. I like putting a time on
You
it.
have to I feel like it's better for everybody if you put a time on it. Like, let's say, I don't know, we get into it over something and we're not together. Like I'm at work and you're working from home or whatever. We'll get into it. And we disagree on something. At work, when we're both heated and not together, it's probably not the time to talk about it. Let's talk about it tonight after work over dinner. Right? So that gives you a destination time that we are going to address this issue, not just leaving it open and then either forgetting about it or never addressing the issue. Because some people do that.
I remember when we used to have arguments, you would be like, I'm going to work and I'm feeling unsettled. And I'm like, why? And you would be like, because we didn't resolve this.
Yeah.
And so then I think at that point, and this was way into our journey, we finally start to come to resolutions like, okay, so how could we resolve that? And I think I started to think about that and say, now, what would I tell one of my girlfriends or what would I tell anybody that I cared about? And I start applying that to our relationship.
That's actually interesting that you say that. And that's good that you say that because I feel like a lot of times, and this goes both ways with men and women, I feel like a lot of times we give our friends grace when they piss us off, right? But we don't give our spouses the same grace that we give our friends. And we gotta stop that, yo. For real. Like your girlfriend or your dude, your homie could like piss you off. And especially guys, when we get pissed off with our homies, we gonna say what we gotta say, be pissed off for a minute, and then we going to grab a drink on Friday night. A lot of times in relationships though, you get upset with your spouse and y'all ain't talking for 2 or 3 days, or you're not resolving the issue. That's crazy to me. Because
Well, that is, guys. Girls don't really get over stuff that fast.
I know, but
True.
y'all don't. But you definitely have a different dynamic when y'all upset with each other than you do with the
Your
person
partner.
that you come home to every day.
Yeah, you have less tolerance, I think.
Yeah,
It's
you have
just
less
a little
tolerance.
shorter fuse.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
agree
crazy.
with that. I agree with
Y'all
that.
gotta cut that out.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about avoiding hard or uncomfortable topics.
Like what?
What does that look like? I don't know. Finances. That's a hard one.
Finances.
Future plans might be a hard one. Depending on, I don't know, what the other person wants to talk about. And the hardest one will be talking about feelings, emotions. So that might be tough for some.
Like who?
Me.
The accountability is at a all-time high. Like
I
I'm
like to use the
tripping right
word
now.
astounding.
Oh, astounding.
All right. So if we don't handle hard conversations, the relationships, they may look peaceful.
On the outside.
And you know why? Because we ain't talking about nothing
Exactly.
except the shows we gonna watch on TV.
We keep it real surface.
But when we really want to have a great relationship and we really want to have something other than a surface relationship, we have to talk about hard things.
Yeah, you can't just have surface conversation if you don't want to have a surface relationship.
And that's correct. So how do we work on that?
We need to normalize hard conversations. Pick a time weekly to talk about real issues that are affecting your relationship, right? Make it safe. So that means like no yelling, no attacking. Like we've talked about in the past, using I feel statements,
Right.
That always kind of softens the blow. It's not accusatory. It's just like, you know, when this happens, I feel this way. You'll be surprised at how effective it is to use those statements in a conversation instead of going, well, you did this and you made me feel this way.
Yeah, that's accusatory.
It's accusatory.
Right. And of course, the person is going to defend
if
when
they feel like
accused,
they're being accused, they're
or
backed in a
attacked.
corner and attacked. Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you say I feel, it's more of something that you're owning yourself and saying this is how it makes me feel, or I feel like this.
Exactly.
Yep. And also, y'all, a glass of wine
Or
always
whiskey.
helps. Always helps.
No,
when
don't
you're
drink
trying
when
to
you
relax.
have-
Don't drink whiskey.
don't drink. Don't.
Wine definitely relaxes you when you're having a conversation.
Y'all
It
need to have a
calms
nice
you.
glass of ice water when
Calms
y'all
you.
trying to figure out some things. Don't
No,
be
you need to be
drinking
relaxed.
wine. Okay.
Not drinking anything else. Wine relaxes
Well, what if
you.
the dude don't like
Not-
wine? What if he wants some whiskey or
Not
some tequila?
what is it
or
called?
something?
Port wine.
Oh, Taylor
Not
Port.
port wine. Oh, Taylor Port. Not Taylor
Don't
Port.
drink Taylor Port.
I don't think so.
Not during
a conversation where you want to stay calm. Just saying.
not during a war resolution.
No hard suggestions here. Just saying something that can relax you, or talk about it when you are relaxed. Maybe not after you've had such a hard day. I don't know.
I think cool. You know how they say cooler minds prevail. I think that's a really thing, a real thing. Like if you're in a chilled out space and people can be accountable and they can use a nice tone when they talk to you and not treat you like a kid, you know, and not try and parent you. I think that things can go over a lot better and people can get their points across and get to a good place. The point is, have the conversations, y'all. Don't just avoid them and act like nothing happened, because it's gonna rear its ugly head. It's gonna get bad.
Right. It's true. It's almost like burying stuff under the carpet.
Yeah.
You keep on burying it. After a while, the rug is gonna get so high you can't bury it anymore.
Or like when I was a
It's
kid,
gonna
I used to
show.
put cereal bowls under my bed.
Oh,
Eventually, if
disgusting.
it's a little bit of milk in there, it's gonna start to stink. Nobody wants stinky cereal bowls under the bed. So take them downstairs and wash the dishes, Mike. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm talking to my younger self, my bad. I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
And then your older self, have the hard conversations, Mike.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
don't deflect. And when somebody gets on you about these conversations, you got to take accountability. You put those milk bowls under the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
No,
else did
for
it.
sure.
Just you yourself and you.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though we laugh together, we have a great time. We also have to be able to talk about issues that are serious, and they have to be discussed. And there has to be a resolution if we don't want the milk bowls to pile up.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Why is it when people hear something they don't want to hear, they say you're being disrespectful?
Because that's a deflection. It just sounds good. It just sounds good.
Like when your partner brings up an uncomfortable topic or challenges you, the other person says something like, "Oh, you're doing too much," or "I'm not dealing with this right now," or "I'm just trying to have peace in my life right now.
I'm trying to have a nice night.
I'm trying to have a
And you
nice
messing
night
up,
out, and you messing it all up."
You messing up my nice night.
Right, exactly.
Learn the difference between disrespect and discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Disrespect means being torn down,
Mm-hmm.
and discomfort means being challenged.
Have you ever felt like I disrespected you or tore
Yes.
you down? Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also felt uncomfortable in a lot of situations as well.
Mm.
And I think we addressed the disrespect
Mm-hmm.
for sure in our relationship.
Yeah.
We've both done it to each other, and we both have been victims of that from each other.
Right. Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Agree for sure.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gone both ways
Mhm.
for sure. Work towards building a healthy relationship. Come back to conversations that they paused. Stay emotionally present even when it's hard. Don't weaponize space. Don't run every time things feel uncomfortable. Every uncomfortable moment is not an attack. Sometimes it's a mirror. If your relationship can't handle tension, it won't survive real life.
You don't build connection by avoiding problems, you build distance.
Stay emotionally present even when it's hard.
Don't weaponize space. Don't run every time things feel uncomfortable. Strong couples don't avoid problems, they work through them. The goal isn't to avoid tension, it's to handle it better.
Okay, so now it's time for our favorite segment, y'all. Y'all know what it is. We're going to do this little lightning round. It's called The Truth Comes Out. And I am going to let you start with the first question today.
All right, let's go. How many times have you said, I'm done, but you still have more to say?
Oh, that's happened a lot, especially if you're being ignorant and not listening, and just like sometimes when she just be off the chain, bro. There's nothing you can say to her that she can respond to with a logical answer. And when that happens, I'm done. Like, I'm done. We'll talk about this another time.
You're done, but then you still have something to say.
Oh yeah, but I'm just done in that moment because you're not even being
Logical?
exactly.
Well, women are all the time logical,
I know you're emotional.
and men aren't all the time
So
logical either.
when you're being emotional,
Sometimes men are
Carl
emotional
Thomas, that's what I'm like, okay.
too. Okay.
That's what I'm like, okay.
Okay.
We're gonna hold off on this conversation.
Okay. What's your toxic trait during arguments?
Me?
Why are you sounding surprised?
Me?
Yeah, what's your
Toxic trait? I'm trying to think, do I have a toxic trait during arguments?
Mm-hmm.
So when we're arguing,
Pick me. Pick me. I can
go
help
ahead.
you.
Go ahead, you tell me what my toxic trait is.
You bring up all kinds of different things and put everything. You try to throw a lot of things in the pan to mess up the soup.
No, that's not true. I throw facts at her. Those are called facts. See, what it is
not
when we get
facts.
into it,
That's not facts.
and I give her facts surrounding the argument, she
That's not
doesn't
true.
want to hear that.
That's not true.
So what she said,
That's so not true what you're saying right now.
it is. Oh, I can
Okay.
tell you yours because
No,
you
no,
go
no.
straight.
No. That's it. That's your toxic trait right there.
What?
You do not bring up things that we're talking about.
What
you.
have we on a
said,
talk
what's
show?
your toxic trait? I didn't
Right.
say what's mine.
Okay,
This is my
can I
question
ask
to
my
you.
question now?
Yeah, but this is not your question.
It definitely is my question now. So what's your toxic trait during an argument?
I'm perfect. I don't have any. What are you saying?
This is when I just move on. See that irrational answer? That's when I just move on. Like, okay.
Well,
all
you
right,
lied,
this
so
isn't,
can I.
I'm like, this isn't happening today. I did not lie. When you told me what it
You
was, I
didn't.
said, okay,
No.
I agree with
No,
it.
you didn't.
I did.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. Anyway, who shuts down first?
It depends.
On
The circumstances.
you.
That's not true. I don't shut down anymore first. I used to, but that's not me anymore. I would say, depending on sometimes who's winning,
There's no winning in a
you shut down
discussion.
first. I know, but what I'm saying is, if my point is just way too amazing, then you're like, okay, whatever.
Oh,
whatever,
like a logical
whatever.
point?
I make a lot of those. Anyway.
Nah, son.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to fix it now versus later?
You.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
it's true. It's very true.
The only time that you agree with me is when I take the L. which is
It's never an L.
It
It's
is.
all learning.
no. Yeah, it's all learning when it doesn't reflect poorly on you. Anyway,
Bro, it's
whatever.
all about learning each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just learning each other. There's no
I'm
L's
trying
here.
to protect my peace right now.
I mean, you definitely take the L's like every time we do this segment, but
okay.
you know what I mean?
That's because you have no accountability. You don't have the ability to have accountability.
That ain't the
That's
pot
why.
calling the kettle.
No, you just said it. You just said I always take the L because you don't have the ability to have accountability. I'm good with that. Healed over here. Healed. I'm trying to protect my peace. Now let's move on to our next.
What is happening right now?
Moving on.
Okay. Anyway. Real boundaries protect your relationship from harm, but avoidance slowly disconnects you from your partner. And if every time things get uncomfortable, you pull away, don't be surprised when one day y'all stop coming back to each other at all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Table for Two with another couple who needs this conversation. Subscribe for more relationship tools with zero fluff. This is Table for Two,
and we'll see y'all at the next sit down.
Peace.